Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Trekfast.
I am Michael.
And I'm Corey. And it's been a while since we've done a Trekfast, so we decided to do another one.
We've had conflicting schedules.
And we've had a shortage of guests, but now, back to classics, it's just us.
Back to just the two of us. It's earlier than usual. We had to wake up earlier this morning.
Right.
To get it in, so we're a bit more tired than usual. But we're going to do our best for you.
We also had a classic Trekfast breakfast, which includes, for me, a sausage, egg, and cheese on brioche.
Corey, I believe it's a turkey sausage.
You're absolutely right. It is a turkey sausage, and I'm going to turn it to the reveal that it's been sillily sliced. The top is very, very short. It looks like it's wearing a little tiny
Get that
yarmulke.
a little closer, actually.
Yeah.
Rotate it so the cheese not blocking
it. Yes.
There it is,
Just a nice...
You see, the bottom is way thicker than the top.
Yeah, it doesn't need a slant like that, but it does. So I've grilled it in like a nice checkered pattern.
And I have the same sandwich, turkey sausage, egg and cheese. I put mine in the foreman. Mine's a little burnt, unfortunately. Corey nailed his. And then I also have a nice cheese Danish, too. All right. We're going to do it. We're going to watch Star Trek.
The name of this episode is called The Light of Zetar, or Zetar. But it's probably Zetar.
And it's season 3, episode 18. The Lights of Zetar. Let's do it. Drinking a lot of coffee this morning. Gotta wake up. Gotta be good hosts.
We must keep drinking the coffee.
Captain's log, stardate 57.5.3.
And of course,
the Enterprise is en route to Memory Alpha. It is a planetoid
a real
set
star
of the
of the
Federation solely as a central library containing the total cultural history and scientific knowledge of all planetary Federation members. With us is Specialist Lieutenant Mira Romaine. She is on board to supervise the transfer of all newly designed equipment directly from the Enterprise to Memory Alpha.
You're the sanest, the smartest, the nicest woman that has ever come aboard this ship.
Oh, Scotty. Anything else?
Anything else, sir?
Yes, you have that butt, too.
I'll keep to myself for the moment.
Well, this is an Enterprise first. Dr. McCoy, Mr. Spock, and Engineer Scott find themselves in complete agreement. Can I stand the strain?
What? Did you catch that?
It's not Star Trek unless the last joke falls flat on its face.
Did you understand what he said?
He was surprised. He was acting surprised because everyone agreed.
What did everyone agree on?
That the best recovery is just that she goes back to work. They were just like, oh, you know what would be the best thing for
I did
everyone?
not catch that at all. I did not
She goes back to
understand
work.
that last joke. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm a stupid person, but that joke at the end,
No, it was...
did not get it. I didn't get it.
It was weird. Hooray! Hooray for Star Trek!
I mean... let's recap it.
What do you think about that?
Let's recap it
I wrote a little one.
Do you want to do the recap? Yeah, go for it.
I just have, they're exploring and then a big cloud of colors shows up.
Dancing lights.
Yeah. Weird kind of dancey. It's kind of they're like squares. They're all a bunch of squares like dancing together. And then there's a lieutenant, and her name is...
Oh, I got this.
Okay, her name is Lieutenant Romaine. But, yeah, Romaine, like romaine lettuce. And when they introduce her, I thought they said Lieutenant Lomaine. And I just thought, I just was like, lost it at that point. I thought it was great. But she's a love interest with Scotty. They start the episode, they're like in love. It's very adorable. And then the cloud shows up, and everyone's susceptible to it. They find out later that it attacks parts of parts of the brain, parts that make you. Star Trek you, and like they take they remove the Kirk's voice, or Uhura can't move. It's kind of like that. But she, Lieutenant Romaine, not Lomaine, falls down, and she, I guess, becomes almost like possessed, but basically like.
You see, like, the light in her eye.
Yeah. She basically links with whatever this cloud creature is. Then they follow the cloud because they're like, "Wow, this cloud hurt Romaine," and it goes to this planet called Planet Alpha, or what was it? Memory Alpha. Memory Alpha. So it just goes there.
The library planet.
And it's basically just a planet with smart people in libraries. They're like, oh, there's brilliant people from all over the galaxies here, and it's just like they goes there and just kills them all.
Yeah.
Like I guess they were just like, oh, we'll die in our books. I don't know, it was funny, but they go there and kind of just to explore, and they see someone who just recently dies, and it's one of this, I guess, librarian. I wrote down, but it's not a librarian. It's just a smart person, and she has. It's really actually scary when it kind of like kills you. Your face kind of multicolored, goes woo, freaks out.
I'll try it.
It's really scary. And Kirk is just.
Now imagine my face is changing colors.
What's going on? Yeah, it's pretty scary. We'll definitely have a clip of that. Yeah. Then they all transport back, and this is just I highlighted this because this was an awesome part. They transport back, and Lieutenant Romaine goes there, so they all transport back, and Romaine doesn't, and because Scotty's with them as well. Scotty's the whole crew is there, and he goes back, and they're like, "Where's Romaine? She didn't come through." And there's just some other like yellow shirt guy there, a red shirt guy that's like, "Oh, I don't know. It's just, she's in like she's in between the." And he's just like, "Get out of the way!" And it's great because it's just like that. He just has such command over all of the ship kind of like parts. He's just like, "What, you're fucking loser." It's just kind of like I kind of like that. And he brings her back obviously because he's a baller. He's a baller this whole episode. But I like that he's part of the love interest because there's a lot of Kirk love interest that happens.
It's refreshing to see someone else fall in love other than Kirk.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you can kind of tell Kirk's like a little jealous the whole time. He's being a little like snappy. He has
a lot of cynicism with all of his lines. Like he's like, oh yeah.
Well, to be fair, that their love was interfering with their work. Instead of like doing work, they were just like staring into each other's eyes on the bridge.
Along that time, they've realized that the aliens kind of connected with the brain waves, so it's happening right now, and they figure out a way to basically remove them by putting her in a pressure room. That's basically it. And then there's a really flat joke at the end. That's kind of what we.
Oh yeah. Well, you find out that the lights wanted to like sort of live through her.
Oh yeah.
They wanted to just like use her as a vessel and live. I guess they didn't like being lights anymore, and they wanted a body.
Much like all of the other Star Trek races, their planet dies, and then all of their like, I guess, brainwaves make a cloud and go into space, being like, "No, we'll attack Kirk one day." And then that's basically what happens. Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. It wasn't
that great. It wasn't that great. Well, come on, it wasn't very good.
I mean.
We've been on a streak lately. I feel like a lot of good ones. The last few have been really. I enjoyed. If I remember my reviews correctly.
It did feel like a lot of rehashing of things.
Of concepts.
It was engaging, and the effects. I guess they tried to like do a little bit more with the effects, like the cloud and stuff. It was a good Sulu episode. We didn't even say that. Sulu was in it, right?
Yeah, Sulu meter is going up. He even had a joke in the beginning.
Yeah, he opens up with a great joke.
I don't know if it was great. It was a joke though.
I loved it. Yeah, this episode was a little slow.
Do you remember what it is, or are you just saying that you love it?
Chekhov is like, because McCoy and Lieutenant Romaine have the love, and he's like, Scotty doesn't really it doesn't strike me as someone to go for the smart types or the brainy types, and then Sulu looks over and he's like, I don't even think he's noticed her brain.
Well, he watches the show. Be careful with your impressions of him.
Oh, yeah. He does. I didn't get to meet him, which is really crummy.
I don't think he's even noticed she has a brain.
One day.
Oh, I think we said that name of the episode wrong. It's Zetar, right? What did we say? Zetar in the beginning?
We said like Zetar and Zetar because there's an
Zetar,
E in it, but
yeah.
it's Zetar with an A.
Yes. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a little boring. I liked when they went to the library. That was kind of cool. I kind of wish they spent more of the episode there. A lot of it was on the ship, which, I guess is budget stuff, but I don't know. It was a little boring. It wasn't too exciting.
Actually, I did notice something. The 3 aliens that were on the planet, like, basically,
yeah.
they look like exact, like, aliens from previous episodes, so I feel like they might have even just had them that day and just, like, shot them just, like, dead there.
Or they just had the costumes around, I don't know. I liked Lieutenant Romaine. She was fun.
I liked her, too. I thought she did a good job.
It was weird that when... Okay, so they would call her Lieutenant Romaine a lot, but then once in a while they would just call her the girl. They would be like... like, Kirk would just be like, is the girl okay? When he was talking to McCoy over the intercom. And it's just weird. Why was he calling her the girl? And I realize this is a little hypocritical because on Trekfast we often refer to female characters as the woman, but it's because we forget their names and they only say them once sometimes. But those characters knew her name, and it's weird when they call her. I guess you can't say Lieutenant Romaine every second, but come on, the girl,
yeah,
I don't know.
But Romaine, anyway, Lieutenant Lomaine. Yeah. What's your
my review?
Or your rating? What's your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 2. 2 turkey sausage, egg and cheese. A 2. It was nice. Scotty was in love.
Yeah.
She was fine. I was kind of bored. The lights were not that interesting.
Yeah. They were not threatening. When you saw the lights, you're just kind of like, they're gonna figure.
And it just didn't make any sense. Like, Kirk was able to communicate with them in the end through Romaine, and he was like, you're killing these people. And they're like, we don't want to kill people, we're just trying to live. And he's like, what do you mean? What about all those people in the library? They're like, they killed themselves. They resisted. And I was like, what?
It's like, we do not mean to kill. They
that's
just trying to escape
them.
us.
If they resisted and died, it's you killing them.
We didn't mean to kill them.
I guess they're all crazy. I don't know. What about you, Corey? What are you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 2 as well. It was just boring. The enemy wasn't threatening or interesting, and I liked Sulu a lot in this because anytime they do anything with phasers, they use Sulu. And there's that shot of him when he's, they call him up and they have the camera on the side. They have a screen on the side. He just turns over and looks at the camera, kind of like that. But I mean, it still was very slow. It just had after kind of a line of really good episodes. So
yeah,
definitely a 2.
Wasn't that great? All right, I'm still very tired. This is my 3rd cup of coffee.
Yeah,
going to work soon. Goodness. All right. Thank you for the more coffee.
Of course.
All right. Goodbye, Trekkie fans and breakfast fans.
Thanks for tuning in to another
See you
episode
later.
of Trekfast.
Hopefully we'll have a guest next time.
Hopefully. Maybe Sulu can come. I don't know. Or maybe one day we'll come back.